Well, this is going to be a quick one here. We are almost ready to fire up our 350 here, and we've got to get the oil pump primed up. So I'm going to show you guys how I like to do this here. Some guys like to sit in the corner and run it dry and hope that it fills up with oil, or you can do it beforehand. We got essentially a freshly built top end that we got to get it essentially a little wet here. And before we fire it up, we got to get some of the fluids moving. So I mentioned there's a few ways to do this. Like I said, some guys will start them dry, drop a little oil on top, drop a little oil on top, and within about a couple seconds, the fluid starts moving. But what I like to do is go right into the dizzy here and prime that oil pump and get the oil coming up and get those lifters pumped up on both ends here. So there's a few tools you can use here. You can use a dedicated priming tool, essentially it goes on the end of your drill. Or if you have a distributor laying around, you can chop that up and screw it up and drop in the top. They're going to serve pretty much the same process. That's going to lock right into the top of the oil pump and get our fluids moving. So let's grab our drill. We're going to go right in the top, stick that nice and far down there, and get yourself a good power drill. If you got a nice plug-in one, go ahead and use one of those there. Let's get this thing primed up. Now take a look here. You'll see as I'm running the drill, you can see how that's starting to fill up with oil. It's going to depend on what kind of rocker setup, lifter setup you got and how long it's really going to take. Watch this though. See how that's starting to fill? That one's starting to fill right there. A little slow. There we go. That one's filling up nice. And that one's starting to fill. So again, it's going to depend on what you're working with here. Oh, there we go. Now we're getting some juice. Let's take a look on the other side. A little slow over here, but it's getting filled up. And we got fluids moving. Take a look at that nice big air bubble right there. I think our drill's dying. Oh yeah, there we go. Now we're overflowing. So I'd recommend here probably using something besides a cordless battery powered drill. It'll go a little faster here. Now if you take a look down the row, they're all nice and saturated. On this side, all of them as well, except for our last one here. Keep going, just a little more. All right, there we go. Now we're getting some oil moving in there, so it's starting to fill up. Nice. All right, we're done with that. Get that out of the hole there. Try not to make a mess. Now take a look at that. We are nice and lubed up, ready to fire this thing up as soon as we, well, put a carb on it. Well, heck, now I told you it was going to be a pretty quick one, didn't I? So pretty much there's two ways, well, there's actually three ways to do this. You can use a tool. I'll put it in the description below. Depends when it's on sale. It's like $5 hairs. If you don't want to spend $5 hairs, you know, whole doll hairs. You just use a distributor. You can chop the top of the distributor off, essentially disassemble it, use the base and stick it in the hole. Now there is a third way, which I don't condone or recommend. You could take a screwdriver, a flathead, and cut the handle part off and jam it in your power drill and stick it in the hole and prime it up. But hey, everybody has their way of doing it. Go ahead and hit the thumbs up. Hit the like and subscribe. If you got any questions, which is pretty straightforward, I hope, put it in the comments section below. And well, if you want to see more T-bucket stuff, or you want to see a no frills build on this sucker, check out these videos here on one side of the screen.